All right, cool. We are live. Welcome everyone to the second live stream. In this one, we're going to pick up right where we left off the last time. We're going to keep building our weather application. I have some fun stuff planned for this live, so it should be pretty exciting. I want to get to essentially finishing up the sort of main page, the UI for the main page. I also want to maybe add some like placeholder icons and things like that. And then I want to add some UI libraries to start building some of our reusable components that we're going to use throughout the app. I don't think we're going to get to the actual API side of things just yet. I think we'll leave that for the next stream. We're still going to be working with data that we have hard-coded ourselves, but that's fine. We're here to learn, and I think that's a great kind of step forward in that direction. So first, before we start, what I want to do is I want to actually get the link to the live and post it on the Discord. So I'll go YouTube. Am I signed in? I'm not signed in. Of course I'm not signed in. Oh my God. Cosden Solutions. I should be live. I am live. Get. Copy this, close this. Go on our trusted Discord and then edit event, location TBD, enter location. There we go. Still now. Perfect. We have a link. And now I just want to post this in the announcements. Then we have a link, and then of course I have to put my signature emoji, which is not call me actually, it's just like, yo, this is cool, we got it. And then yeah, I'm gonna post it. There we go. Send out to everyone, beautiful. And then I just need to set up TikTok because we are also streaming on TikTok. So refresh. Put this here, volume down. Great, and then full screen this. This is a hack. What I'm doing with TikTok, I'm basically opening this YouTube stream that you're watching now. I'm opening it on the browser on my girlfriend's computer, and I'm using TikTok's own software, Live Studio, to do this because there's no other way to kind of live stream. Like I haven't found a way to multi-stream from like one computer. So I'm using her, I'm opening up YouTube, and then I am basically restreaming it by streaming the browser on TikTok. So I'm just going to go live. We should be good. Everyone should have gotten the message. Great, I'm gonna put this here. Put also, where's the chat? I had a chat. Where's the chat? Great, this is the YouTube chat. Oh, why is this not showing up? Really? No. Okay, I'm gonna put the chat here. It is what it is. Nope, chat's gonna go right here. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So welcome everybody again. Oh man, this did not title about me topic. Sorry, just have to set up TikTok for a moment. Education, go live. Are we live on both platforms? Let me see. If you're here in the live, I actually have no idea how many people are here in the live on YouTube. If you're here, leave a comment. I want to make sure that like leaving a comment actually works. I'm doing something a bit different than I did last time on the live. So if that, if you're here, leave me a comment. If you don't leave me a comment, I will think that no one is here, which is very sad. Actually, you know what? Let me just open this again. Yeah, there's indeed no comments. Fair enough. Lonely in the world of live stream. Really, this is the stupidest thing. Poop, la. Thank you for confirming you're here. This is stupid. Like look, you see this, I have this chat window here, great, right? As soon as I do something like this, it just disappears because it's part of like OBS and it just disappears. Like why? So what I'm going to do, honestly, I'm just going to go to my own live, remove the sound, make this a new window, put it somewhere where none of you can see it, put it here, there we go. And now I have myself live and I can look at the comments. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay, we are working, we are live. We are live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube. Let's go. All right, finally, let's begin the live, right? Cool. So for those of you that maybe missed the previous live, what we have here, what we're working with is we're creating a weather app in React and Next.js. The app is called Better Weather. That is for now. It is actually going to have a better title eventually once we do launch it. I do have the plan to make this app open source very soon, which means that you will be able to contribute to this app no matter your skill level. I'm going to make this super easy to make it super easy to contribute, again, no matter the skill level. And it's designed, first of all, for us to learn together about Next.js and how to build an app, and also for you to have an opportunity to actually put in practice some of the things that we're learning here, because this is going to be a real application, and nothing is more valuable than having a real application to work on. And you can also use this for your resume. You can use this for, you know, whatever you need for your own experience, for whatever. That's kind of my goal, is just to give you this opportunity to put in practice what you've learned. More helpful than poop. I've enjoyed your videos. Thanks for doing them. Thank you so much, Ryan, for leaving that comment. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. There's many more coming. Videos, live streams, shorts, long form, everything that you want. Cool. So this is what we have so far, right? This is what we built last time. So we spent a lot of time setting up sort of the, I guess, the tooling infrastructure of our application. Like we set up our ESLint, we set up the Prettier, we set up Tailwind, we set up the Next.js framework as well. And then we started to build some components. We started to build this homepage here and building things in components and kind of starting to structure our app and how the architecture is going to look like. Today, what I want to do is, again, spend more time on this, finish up this page, add some UI components, actually add some, like, make this UI a little bit nicer, and also add a UI library that I've been recommended on the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not on the Discord, you are missing out. There's a ton of stuff that goes on there every single day, and it's a hugely valuable resource if you're trying to learn React. So I got recommended this on Discord, a UI library. It's called Shadcn. Shadcn, actually. Yes, and it's essentially a library that allows you to get the components, right? Just get the actual code for the component. It's not a library, it's not a UI library in the sense that you download and install using npm components and use the library. No, you actually get the components yourself. You own the components, you get the code for them, and then you have to manage the components yourself. Let me make this a bit bigger so that everyone can see, especially if you're on mobile. So I want to play around with this a bit. I want to see what that's like, see the vibes, and then kind of take it from there, right? If you want to see anything from this live, please leave a comment on YouTube, on TikTok. I'm here. I see your comments. I'm ready. Let's go. Cool. So we have this app here, right? What I want to do is essentially what I tried to do last time. This thing here was, I was thinking about it as like the daily weather, right? So kind of like the weather of tomorrow, the day after, and like the next 10 or 14 days or whatever. But actually, the way that I've kind of designed this is more fitting for the hourly weather. So the weather in an hour, the weather this evening, the weather tomorrow morning, right? Up to, I guess, maybe like, I don't know, 24 hours, I think is kind of the norm. So essentially what I want to do is I want to kind of copy the layout of the weather app on the iPhone. So we'll do weather app iPhone. Not working, because no, it is working. I just want an image, right? Essentially, this is what I want to do. Again, let's zoom in, right? So this, there we go. Right, so you have like the main temperature here at the top, right? You have the city, you have the temperature, you have kind of the English sort of description of the temperature. I think in code, what did we call this? Let me just check 1 second. We had a name for this. The condition, right? Which for now can be only cloudy, sunny, or thunderstorm, right? So the condition and then the high of the low of that day. And then here, this is what I was trying to do, right? I was trying to do the hourly sort of weather, but I was thinking about it in terms of the daily weather, which, you know, wasn't accurate. So we have this. Now what I want to do is build the actual 10-day forecast or 14-day forecast or whatever. And once we have that built, that will kind of be, I guess, enough in terms of the components that we need for our homepage. Then I would add some icons, right? Add a sun, add a cloud, add a thunderstorm, maybe, depending on how I feel like it, or we can just dive straight into this UI library because I'm really looking forward to using it, and I would actually prefer to do that than just go on whatever, the internet and find some icons. So we're going to leave this here for now, just as like an inspiration. And we're going to go back to our code, right? And we're going to look what this looks like, right? So we have our code here. Let me go to like the sort of index, right? Which is our main home screen. So we have our imports. We have this main here section right here. And then we have a div that kind of wraps everything. That's like the container div. And then we have this weather data card, which we built last time, right? The weather data. We created our own card component, which now we might have to change if we're using the UI library. So we'll do that once we get there. We created some helper functions for formatting the temperature, and we're displaying the location, the weather data, right? So that's the current temperature. This is the location.name. This is the condition, and so on. So we have that. Then we have the daily forecast, which should not be daily forecast, right? So actually, let's search for daily forecast. And let me just confirm, am I typing this correctly? Forecast. Yeah, I think that's fine. Forecast, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's correct. So yes, it is the forecast, but it's not the daily forecast. It's the hourly forecast, right? And I want to preserve the case and replace it globally. And there we go. So now we have the, why is this not working? This should work. Because it doesn't, yeah, okay. It doesn't change the name of the file. So basically I ran the find and replace, but that doesn't affect the name of files and folders. So we have to do that ourselves manually. So hourly forecast, and then rename hourly forecast as well. Great. Now everything should work. If I save and I go back to our app works. It's exactly the same. Cool. So we have the weather data card, which is this section right here. Then we have the hourly forecast, which is this section right here. Let me just look at our types because I think we have to make some modifications to our types. So this one, let me see. It got covered because of the search and replace. So we don't need to do anything. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that this hourly forecast is here and not the daily forecast. Anas Khan, hi, you're really creating good content. Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot. I'm glad that you enjoy it, and I hope that you also find value from this live that I'm doing here. I'm really enjoying like building an app. Like, you have to understand that the thing is, for me at work, right, with my clients, I don't get to like own the code that I work on. Usually it's like built by a bigger team of like multiple engineers. And so I don't get to like do it the way that I want to do it, which is a bit like unfortunate because I would want to do it my way, right? So like this live and these videos that I'm doing, this content, is a way for me to get that fix, to like be able to just, you know, do it exactly how I want, right? So that's kind of the goal. So I'm really glad that you enjoy the things that I put out. Cool. So we have hourly forecast. Great. Let's just get straight to work. I want to do daily forecast, right? And actually, I'm just going to copy this, right? For now, why not? Let's just copy and put daily forecast. And then the daily forecast, we're also going to want to have the condition, right? Which is going to be the same kind of condition here. That's fine. We want to have the date as well. That's fine. Max and min temperature as well. Question mark here to do, figure out how to structure date hour, because this is now the hourly forecast data, right? Maybe we want to have, I don't know, maybe it's still worth it to have this as a day, as a date. Maybe it's worth it to convert it to an hour of the date. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's why I put it to do. That's for later. And then what we're going to do is essentially, we can literally just copy this hourly forecast, right? Copy everything, because this was initially the daily forecast, right? So we can do that. And then we're just going to create a new folder called daily forecast. And then I'm going to create a new file, daily forecast.tsx, literally paste everything. And then we just want to replace everything here with daily. There we go. Now, what happens if you go to our homepage, right, where we have this, and what happens if I add here class name MB2 to our hourly forecast so that I have some padding here below, right, because we're now going to be adding another section, just like I have a padding here at the top. So if I do that, and then if I just wrap this in a div like we did with everything else, what happens if I now do daily forecast and do this, right? Right. So this is not going to work because we need daily forecast data, right? So remember, everything comes from this weather data object, which I'm going to go to, and actually I'm going to put here on this side of the screen, which you can see. It's not obstructed by me. I just have to be careful that the camera that I'm on doesn't obstruct the view. And I want to, yes, so everything comes from this dev weather data, right? Again, we're not fetching the API yet. We're not at that point yet. We're still building the UI first. So we're going to do that first, and then we are going to actually fetch the data. And in this dev weather data that we've created here, we have this hourly forecast data, which comes from this dev hourly forecast data, which is essentially this object here that we created. So all that we need to do is we need to do const dev daily forecast data. By the way, I finally got my what's it called, Copilot to work on this. Yeah, I'm really glad that I got Copilot to work. I feel like the hourly and daily forecast code can be a bit more abstract to support both. Yes, you are right. However, we have to think about this properly, and we have to be careful a bit because there are going to be some differences, right? If we go back to our design here, right, this design here, if I can, oh my God, you zoom it, but the photo will not actually zoom. What is this, man? Like, anyways, I hope that, it's also, this is stupid. Let me, iPhone weather app UI. Can I get the UI? Weather app iOS design. No, that's not what I want, man. I just want the default. Okay. Right click, open link in a new tab, zoom in. There we go. There you can see it. Okay. So I get it. I completely understand that you would want to create some abstraction between both, and it would make sense to do that. It is the right way to kind of think about it. However, do you really want to provide a prop, whether this is hourly, which means it should show the date, the hour, whereas here it should show the date? Do you really want to provide a prop where it should show this horizontally with the progress bar? Here, just show the icon, right? Do you really want to do that? I'm not sure we want to do that. I think in cases like this, it's usually better to sort of just create a separate component and maybe then think about what things you can abstract, what things you can not abstract. But like creating a new component is generally not really that difficult, not that costly in terms of code and effort, especially if the component is really small, right? Like what's daily forecast, right? Like it's just a couple of lines of code. So I don't think we want necessarily at this point to kind of combine the two, merge them, make them dependent on each other, and then have to provide all of these props when we could have just done like an extra component and handled it that way. As we build this in the future, this may change, right? This may change. We may need to add some custom functionality. And when we get to that point, we can definitely find a way to extract at least parts of it, right? Because you can't fully extract everything just because of the nature that they are different things. One is hourly and one is definitely daily, right? So there is that. But great point and very worthwhile to mention. Yes. Cool. So we have daily forecast. So now, yes, what we need is we need to add our dev daily forecast data, which is going to be an array of daily forecast data. And again, I'm literally, honestly, just going to copy this because I am lazy. And this file is getting a bit big, but it is dev data, so that's fine. Then what I'm going to do is we need to add this to our main weather data object. So I'm going to do daily forecast data, right? That's that. And then we need to add this here, daily forecast data, dev daily forecast data. Great. And then I think I can just come in here in our home page and it should automatically work. We should no longer have an error. There you go. Right. So now we kind of have the same data that we had before. We just have this whole new component that we are now working with. Cool. So let's now just style this differently so I can kill this. Actually, I'm going to leave it here because I always like to work with two sort of, by the way, I hope that you saw this when I added this daily forecast data with my camera. Yeah, you did because it was here. Even if it's at the bottom, you see it. Okay. I have to keep reminding myself that there is a camera on the screen, right? And that you can't see some part of it, but it is what it is. Cool. So let's style this differently, right? Instead of, what is it? Instead of flex, I think we want to do, what is it? No, I have to check Tailwind CSS. I have to check. I'm not that good at Tailwind yet where I can just easily find it. But through this live stream, through everything that we're doing, I think it's going to be done. Cool. Flex direction. Flex row. Flex call. Flex row. Which one do I want? Flex call. Is that what I want? I'm too lazy to think. Yeah, there we go. Flex call. Cool. So now we have this in a column. There we go. We might want to create some sort of separator component. Does Shadcn have a separator? Do they do that? My God, what is wrong with my computer? It's actually, I don't think it's my computer. They have a separator. They do. Okay, we're going to add the separator once we add this library. That's going to be actually a good use case for this. But yeah, it's definitely not my computer because my computer is lightning fast. It's actually, man, these like web tools, like everything is built on React and sometimes like just performance takes a bit of a hit. So yeah, cool. So we want flex column. And then we want, what else do we want? We want this to be sort of aligned like this, right? Like, okay, I can close this, this we're gonna need. I want this to be right from like in everything in one row, right? So we need to do, instead of flex call, flex row. That is going to put everything in a row. And then what do we have? We have max and min. What do we have here? We have max and min, and then we need the condition, right? Nowhere do we have the condition. Okay, you know what? Let's just, this will not cost us a lot, but it's gonna give us everything in terms of UI. So I'm gonna go to flat icon. I just want to get an icon for like a sun. Actually, no, is there a, no, that's no, free SVG pack weather. 90 plus best free icon sets. That is what I want, but not like this. I want colors and not like, oh, this is trash. Freepick.com. Okay, let's just work with this and let's put, can I do filters? Icons, vectors. Is that what I want? No, that's not. I want icons. Yes. I want color. Yes. And then we are going to, I would ideally like something maybe like this or this. Actually, I like this quite a bit, but can we get more? Icon style generic flat. Okay, can I filter style? No, there's no generic flat. Bro, they should give me like, if this author, can I go to the authors? Icons from the same pack. Ah, this is what we want. No, I don't want the same concept in different style. I want this pack. How do I go to the pack? From the same pack. Can I not get like a pack, like an icon pack? Free icon pack weather. SVG. I just want SVGs for free in a pack in a color. Is that too? There we go. Can we work? I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this, but can it work for us? Okay, let's save this. We're gonna save this and then see if there's another one from flat icon because they seem to have icons. So weather, can I group by? No, I want pack. Weather pack. I have done this before. I have done this before. Ask Copilot to generate an SVG. I'm pretty sure it would do it. Chat.openai.com. I'm pretty sure it would do it. I have to log in. Can I just log in straight up? No, I'm not logged. Forget it. I'm not going to do it now. I won't bother. But yes, good suggestion. Copilot would be able to get one. By the way, those of you that are here, mainly on YouTube, because TikTok is kind of like the whole restreaming thing, like I'm sure has issues, but let me know how's the connection. I did some improvements. Mainly, I now have an Ethernet cable directly into my router, which should give me like constant sort of speed, I hope, because the last stream was a bit like choppy in terms of connection. And then the worst part is, because I'm restreaming this on TikTok, what happens is every chop that gets on YouTube is then obviously put on TikTok, but then TikTok has their own chops because I'm basically streaming two things at the same time. So the quality of TikTok viewers, unfortunately, is not the best, but I hope you can forgive me for that. Can we work with this? How do I... Lineal, solid, linear color. No, this is trash. You know what? Let's work with this. Honestly, let's just work with this. Let's download this. I don't want the PNG. Okay, PNG is going to do for now. Free download. I must attribute the author. Stream is solid, smooth, great, wonderful, perfect. I'm super happy. Good. Where is this? Show in Finder. There we go. We have Sun. Let's go to the project. Cost and solutions. Where is it? Projects, better weather. And then where do we put this? I think it's here, public, right? Let me just confirm with Next.js. Next.js public directory. Let's see what they say. Optimizing static assets. Next.js can serve static files like images under a folder called public in the root directory. Files inside public can then be referenced by your code starting from the base URL. For example, if you add me.png inside public, the following code will access the image, me.png. Okay, public it is. We're gonna put this inside of public. Let's just open public so we have it here. So we have sun. We wanna get, oh, I don't wanna do all of them, but whatever. We have sun. We have, what is it called? Cloudy. So honestly, that's not cloudy at all. That's gonna be partly cloudy. So I'm gonna put partly cloudy. Great. Right, that is partly cloudy. That's what I downloaded. Yeah. What is this? Smoke? What is this? Do we have a name for it? Cloudy day. This is a cloudy day. This looks to me like smoke, like a smoky, like fires are in the forest or something. Okay, I will not be using this. Meteorite. Okay, we're definitely gonna have a meteorite. Comet free. What? Is it because it's free or is it because it's like a comet free day? Is that such a thing? No, they're all free. So it's a comet. So if we have this, then we are expecting an asteroid to collide with Earth within the next 24 hours. So all hell will break loose. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do at some point? I'm actually gonna download this right now. Download this. I'm gonna call this Armageddon. How do you spell? Oh, I can't spell when I'm talking, man. Armageddon. Okay, I did it right. Wow, I actually did it right. I'm gonna call this Armageddon, right? And so we're gonna build at some point in our app a sort of like Easter egg, something that if you do something, Armageddon comes and like all of the weather is like gone like to shit, and like this is the last day on Earth. So that's our little circuit. Stay tuned for that. Cool. So we have the Armageddon, we have the sun, we have partly cloudy. Is this rain? Is this a little rain? Is it rain? Right? But this is, I know this is rain. I want this for rain. So we're not going to do all of them because I can't be bothered right now. We're going to do like the main ones, and then eventually, actually, I'll leave this up to the community to kind of add all the others. That could be a great PR to like get you started. So that's cool. Actually, we're going to make this a new folder, and I'm going to do, what do we call it? Condition icons. Condition icons, I guess. Again, we might change this later on. Sun, and then we have Armageddon. That's going to go in condition icons. Cool. So we have partly cloudy, Armageddon, rain, and sun. Great. We should just get one for thunderstorm, because we do have thunderstorm. Is this a thunderstorm? That's a storm, but that looks like snow to me. Does it look like snow to you guys? Do we have like, honestly, that's fine. We'll do this for storm, right? That's a thunderstorm, and then you better stay inside. Unless you're Abel. Abel, if you're on the stream, let me know, because you enjoyed your thunderstorm last night, because it actually made it cold. So we'll put it here, and then we're going to do thunderstorm. Cool, thunderstorm, great. Now, what we want to do, let me just pull up my chat again. It's like I'm seeing a recording video. Great, great. That makes me really happy. DA, oh dang, I am late. Are you? You're not. I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to live stream for a bit, so don't worry about it. You're here in the important parts. We're looking at icons, and we are looking at a potential Armageddon in our application. Cool. So now we have our icons. So I'm going to go back here. And the reason I did this whole thing, right, is because I'm tired. I don't know about you guys, but I am tired of like looking at this here like it's shit UI, honestly. And so I would much like to bring some color here just because it makes things a little bit nicer. So what I want to do is I want to get the icon. And for that, I'm actually going to create a helper function that is going to get the condition of our whatever weather entity. And then with the condition, just like we did here with the format temperature, I want to map this to an icon, right? So we're going to come in here in our functions. No, where is it? That's from utils formatting. Okay, so now we need utils. Do I want to make a folder for this? No. Functions.ts. Honestly, why did I make this a folder? Formatting. Why did I? Anyways, this is fine. So I'm going to do functions, and then I am going to create a function called export const, and this one is going to be called get condition icon. And that is going to take in a condition, not of type string, of type condition, because I haven't exported it. So we're going to export type condition. Wonderful. So we're going to do import, and then it's going to return the URL of our icon, right? So again, on the Next.js documentation right here, right? If you add me.png inside of public, the following code will access the image, and that is me.png. So what we want to return from this function is this me.png, but for our individual icons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do switch condition case. That doesn't work. Case, that's going to be cloudy. And then if it's cloudy, we're going to return, what is it? How did they put it here? Straight up / and then the actual icon. So / and what do? We just did a cloudy.png. Then case sunny, return, what's wrong? No colon here. Return that sunny. I love GitHub Copilot. Case rainy, which is, we don't have it, but we might as well add it. So rainy, that's going to come here. Great. So we have rainy. That's going to return rainy. And then case thunderstorm is going to return thunderstorm.png. Wonderful. What is wrong? Did I forgot to close my switch statement. There you go. So this function, super simple function, right? It takes in a condition of type condition, And then based off of that condition, it creates a switch statement. And then this makes sure that every single one of our conditions are met. And that we didn't leave anything else behind, right? And then based off of the actual condition, it is going to return the appropriate icon. Wouldn't it make more sense to use an object and fetch the respective string and then return it in a string template? What do you mean? Wouldn't it make more sense to use an object, right? So create an object for what? Like what are the keys, what are the values of that object? And then fetch the respective string. Where do you fetch this? Do you mean like object with like cloudy as a key and then the value here as a as the value? Is that what you mean? Or what do you mean? Let me know. It comes down to the same thing. I think you mean something like export const condition icon map, and then you would do it like this, and then cloudy would be this, and then sunny, rainy, thunderstorm. Is this what you mean? We could do it this way. We could do it through a function. Again, the differences are minimal. Let me know if this is what you mean. That's what you mean. Okay, let's think about this, right? So, where's this get? They both do the same thing, and performance-wise, I think it's negligible. The performance that you would get from this versus the object, I think it's negligible. The kind of benefit of using a function is that you can just use it here like we used all of these things, right? Again, anyone else has an opinion? I'm kind of torn in between. We could do it either way, but one advantage of using a function like this, right, is that you can make sure that every condition is considered. Here, we may have forgotten a key, and we will know. Let's see, can we do this with TypeScript? Let me forget a key, forget rainy, and then that is going to be an object, and the key is going to be condition, and then the value is going to be string, right? And then can I not do this? An index signature cannot be, I've had this R before. What do you do with it? Const conditions equals cloudy sunny, const get condition. That's what you mean. That's what you mean. Yes, okay, I get what you mean. So basically, let me just straight up copy what you said, just so I can show the users. So what Lala, funny name, Lala, wanted is essentially this, right? So we have the conditions, which we already have here on weather data, right? We have the type conditions, right? That's fine. And actually I can close this because we have it here on the right. So we have this export type condition, right? Which we have all of the values for that. Then he's suggesting that we use those, right? And then in our function, we just do condition, and then we do slash conditions, and then condition. Yeah, we can do this. Honestly, this would require us to make sure that the file names are the same name as our actual conditions, and maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want these conditions to be free, to be loose from that. And then as long as we can control this function here, we can always have it in sync with our respective values. I think I'm leaning more towards that than this, but at least for now. Again, if we run into like problems or something, maybe we change this, but I think get condition icon is fine, because usually we're going to be creating a couple of these functions throughout the app that will like get some things for us that will be useful. And I think it's worth it to have it as a function, I think, for now. So let's just leave it as a function and then deal with it later if we get to it. Cool. So then this is on the daily forecast. So let me just see, what does our app look like? So yeah, we have this. We actually don't want this. We want this icon instead. So instead of this text SM, I'm just going to remove this class for now. And instead of forecast icon, I'm going to do an image from next image, and then that's going to be src. That's going to be get condition icon, and then forecast dot condition. What's wrong with this? Image elements must have an alt property, either with meaningful text or an empty string for decorative image. Fair enough. Alt, and that is going to be, what's a good alt for this? Isari, hello from Taiwan. Hello back. Glad you're here. Welcome. What is this going to be? I guess honestly, forecast dot condition. I think that's fair. Good. Next.js is not complaining. Image width. Yeah, okay. It's missing the required width property. Right. Width. So how big do we want to make this? Let's do 32 because Copilot suggests this. Height 32. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Why is this not working? Ooh. Because we have them in condition icons. There you go. You might be onto something, Lala. We might have to do this actually in the end. Some version of what you said. Because right now, we just for context, so we put these inside of, I'm here on my Finder, right? Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. So I'm here on my Finder, and I put this inside of condition dash icons, right? Because I wanted to have a distinction. Actually, what am I doing? Why am I doing this when I can show you? Where is it? VS Code. Yeah, so we have public here, and I put this under condition icons. That's where we have all of our separate conditions, right? I don't want to have to put condition icons here, right? And like have it all of every single time. That's like redundant, right? So I might actually do const icon map, and then this is going to be cloudy, sunny, rainy, thunderstorm. That, and then what I want to do is actually just return, and then we're going to put a string. It's going to be a string interpolation, condition icons. Then there we go. I think that makes more sense. The only kind of downside with this is that we have no way to make sure that we've covered all of our cases, right? For example, we have here an Armageddon PNG, right? We don't have it in our code. If I add to condition, actually, let's put this here on the right. If I go to condition and I add Armageddon, we get no, element implicitly has an any type because expression of type condition can be used to index the type. Wow. Property Armageddon does not exist on type. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is what we want. That's what we're doing. We're doing this 100%. So let's actually add Armageddon. But you see, we don't have like types. Like type. I want when I do this object to have like a type. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do key condition, right? And then string. Why can't I do this? An index signature parameter type cannot be a literal type or generic type. Consider using a mapped object type instead. Why? Let's Google this. Why? An index, let's see, what does enum12 string? Yes, this is what I want. Key option, right? Again, for those on bigger screens, I want to do this. I want my key to be of a certain type and then the option requirement. That is what I want, right? You can use TS in operator, key in. Yes, there we go. Key in, boom, problem solved. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. That's why I love TypeScript, right? Like, you wouldn't get this if you're not using TypeScript. I'm sorry, but like, it's just the best, right? I put key in condition, right? Which is, what is it called? It's called in operator. Okay, there's no more about the in operator. Let's check this out. The in operator could trivially be seen as a type card. basically for a n and x, where n is a string literal or string literal type and x is a unit type, the true arm. Okay, I don't want to go this deep into TypeScript. Thank you very much. But yes, essentially having key in means that if we forgot one specific property of condition, we are going to get an error, which is exactly what we want. This code is cleaner. It's perfect. It's actually what we wanted. And I think Lala, it is in line with what you wanted. So eventually we came to that. So let's do Armageddon. If you have every single key, then we are fine. And then we are going to return condition icons slash icon map condition. Perfect. We have our code running. Now, if I go to this and I refresh, do we have it? No, we don't. Why? Why do we not have this image? Right, next does all of these things. Next image, condition, cloudy. Okay, something is wrong. Let's clear some tabs maybe. So I don't need this, don't need this. Good to know. The directory must be named public. The name cannot be changed as it's the only directory used to serve static assets. That's fine. That's exactly what we want. Only assets that are in the public directory at build time will be served with Next.js. That's what we want. And then we are not getting our images. So we're going to keep this. We're going to keep this weather pack for now. Close this, close this, close this. Cool. Then we're going to go Next.js dev images not showing. Next image on Next.js not showing. Are the domains in the config? I don't know. If everything works fine on local but on production, that's not it. You have to write source. That's fine. That's what we did. What config? Yeah, okay. I mean, they are in the public condition. Did I spell this correctly? Condition slash icons. Ah, no. Actually, no, they're all PNG. You know what? Let's kill all of these PNGs and actually just put PNG here. Dude. There we go. Look at this. This is stupid. I'm stupid. We put sunny. Actually, you know what? We can even do this. This is very stupid what we did. Actually, we have extra kind of forward slashes because we have one forward slash here. So we don't want that. We just literally want a map to this. And then, yes, we could honestly, Lala, like we've said, we could directly just go condition and bypass this icon map entirely. However, I want to not link those things together and I want to have this map to allow us to control, because maybe for some reason in the future we want to have a distinction between the actual condition name and the actual file name, right? So what we need to do is, first of all, sunny maps to sunny. Whereas here we have sun.png, which obviously is a mistake. So we need to do sunny.png, and I think this will get us covered. Boom, 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 boom. We have all of them working except cloudy. Why? What's wrong with cloudy? Cloudy is right. We don't have cloudy. We have partly cloudy. So we need to get cloudy. What's a good... I don't want this. Look, this is wrong. Cloudy day. This is not a cloudy day, right? Hey, on TikTok, Tintam, I just wanted to say you are a great resource. I just graduated from a 5-month full stack course. You have been a godsend. Respect to you, brother. Do you post these finished live events on YouTube? Absolutely. So as soon as we do the live, as soon as it's done, it's straight up going to YouTube. You can already watch a previous live that I've done the last Friday. I'm doing these once a week, so you can watch them. In the last project, we kind of set up the entire application and we set up the sort of skeleton architecture of it. And now we're like continuing on that, and we're looking at icons, looking at a cloudy day I can't get over this, guys. This is not a cloudy day, man. This is at best a partly cloudy. Look how big the sun is like shining. This is at best a partly cloudy day. I would even say mostly sunny. And then this black cloud behind the sun, right? Like this black cloud here behind the sun makes no sense. Like this again looks like smoke to me. Like we're in summer. Like I know back home in like Canada, like they've actually had a forest fires. And a few weeks ago when like New York was like in Armageddon, that was because of the Canadians. And now it's actually also last week it was like my my city of Montreal, which was actually going through like some fires as well. So this to me looks like the 1 second before like the fire shows up. So this is definitely not cloudy. So I'm not going to do this. Man, someone posted something in Cyrillic. I don't know Cyrillic. My girlfriend knows Cyrillic, but she's not here. So I don't understand. I don't know if that's Russian or like some Slavic language, but I don't understand. My bad. Posted in English. Cloudy night. I don't want a cloudy night, man. I don't want a cloudy night. Do they just not have like a proper cloud? Like, is that not... Do we have to change our icon pack? Do we have to really change? I don't want to, like, I just want the cloud. What is this? Is a wind cloud. I don't want this, and I don't want to like edit my own icon. Okay, you know what? Let's do cloudy night because I can't be bothered with this. Where's this? Here, let's go here. Cloudy. Actually rename this to cloudy and then go to public. Actually, it should be inside of condition icons. There we go. So now we have cloudy here. So if I save and I open up Next.js again, there we go. We have all of the icons set. Finally. They don't look the best. They look a bit awful, but it is what it is. We have icons. Great. Okay. Let's now add also these icons here on the hourly forecast. So we'll do that. We can close these functions. We don't need it. And then we can go to hourly forecast and literally copy the same thing here. And instead of, I'm going to copy it with the whole div. And instead of this, I'm going to put this import. Can you not import? Oh my God. Import image from next image. Is that how it is? Yes, it is. And then get condition icon. There we go. And now beautiful. This is what I call beauty. Our app has colors. And now we actually have to do it here on this weather card as well. So let's do it. It is this weather data card again. We are going to copy the same thing. Copy and then put this here. Import image. Let ChatGPT do its thing. And then import get condition icon. And this is not going to be forecast. This is going to be weather data dot condition. Wonderful. I'm also really happy that I used like that I use different kind of icons for everything, just because this makes it look a little bit nicer. This is obviously zoomed in, right? If I zoom out to, oh my God. So by the way, this is like 100% zoom on my screen. So now these icons actually look sharp, but obviously you guys can't see anything, right? So I have to zoom in to like 300%. So that you guys can sort of make sense of what you can see, especially on mobile, right? Because I know some of you are watching on mobile, so yeah. So we have that. Cool, we have the icons. That's great. I'm quite happy with those. Again, the icons are a bit sketchy, but it is what it is. Now, we have this section. I want to make this like progress bar here, but however, I want to look at what's called Shadcn and see what Shadcn has to offer. Do they have... So this is slow. It's not my computer. Look at this. Like I'm typing, I'm spamming, but like it's so ungodly slow. It's their like search that is heavily not optimized. Bro got a 240 inch screen. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's no, it's actually what is it? say 34-inch screen, that's what it is, at 2K resolution. And things are a bit scaled, so that's what you're seeing as well. Let me see. They have a component for progress, which is fantastic because that's exactly what I want. Because remember, we are doing this. We are setting here the progress. We might actually make this a gradient, which is going to be super cool. So we're going to do this. Let's work with Shadcn. Finally, let's go. Introduction. Reusable components built using Radix UX and Tailwind CSS. Beautiful. We're already using Tailwind. This means that we're going to have to add Radix UI as a dependency in our project, which is fine. No complaints there. This is not a component library. It's a collection of reusable components that you can copy and paste into your apps. What do you mean by not a component library? I can imagine like a little kid that's just learning React. Like, what do you mean by this? No. I mean, you do not install it as a dependency. It is not available or distributed via NPM. Dun, dun, dun. Pick the components you need, copy and paste the code into your project, and customize to your needs. The code is yours. Beautiful. So actually that's what we want. Usually what I'll do in a project is I will create my own components, my own buttons, text inputs, progress bars, you name it. This gives us a sort of standardized way to do that. And they actually give us the components, which is great. It's what we want, right? So it's going to be easy. And it's built on top of Radix UI, which is a primitive, why waste time reinventing UI components? I actually agree. Unstyled, accessible components for building high quality design systems and web apps in React. So that is actually what we want, right? We want accessibility built in. I don't want to spend all of the time doing all of these accessible things. That's not what I'm here for. I want these components that are pre-made, pre-done, unstyled, unopinionated, accessible, and that I can just take and plug into my own applications. So this is a great library, and instead of using it directly, we're going to use the help of Shadcn to just get those components inside of our code super easy. Kadir, React Native. No, this is not React Native. Actually, this is React and Next.js. However, I code in React Native most of the time. That's what I work in with my clients. And so I have a lot of experience with React Native. So if you have any questions about React Native or something like that, leave them in the chat. I will be glad to answer them. Oh man, let's go. So let's install Shadcn. So Next.js, start by creating a new Next.js project using create next app. We already did that. Beautiful. npx Shadcn UI latest init. So we are going to do this. Init, what is that going to do? Which style would you like to use? Default or New York? Default. Which color would you like to use as the base color? Slate, zinc, gray, I guess slate. Where is your global CSS file? That's with respect to this folder here. So where's my global.css? It is in src. Is it in src? src styles global.css. So src styles globals.css. All right. Do you want to use CSS variables for colors? Do I want? Let's do yes, so that it sets something up for us. And then if we need to change it, we change it. I think it would be easier to remove colors than to remove CSS variables for colors than it would be to add colors later on. I think. Where's your Tailwind config? I believe that is in the root. So that is in the root. Configure the import alias for components. Yeah, components. Configure the import alias for utos. I already have a utos, dude. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's see what they do. Are you using React Server components? I am not. Write configuration to components.json. Yes, I guess. Cool. Install dependencies. Project initialization complete. Let's see. What did it do to our... It added lib and then utils. Utils. Okay, we're going to leave this like this. I'm going to add to do. Figure out how to structure with our own utils folder, because this kind of did something that I did not want nor expect. It is what it is. And then I believe we just need to go and yeah, we're going to need this. That's fine. This is some UI configuration, right? And then I need to get progress. Let's start with progress. So let's do progress. Installation, npx. I'm just going to copy this, honestly. What happens if I do this? Ready to install component and dependencies. Proceed. Yes. Please install my components and dependencies. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So let me actually close this components. Let me close like almost everything just because it's, man, it's a lot. Cool. SRC, components, UI, progress. Do I like this? Do I like this? Do I like the fact that it's not within its own folder? I guess so. I'm usually used to, yeah, because in React Native, you would put a styles file next to it, or like you would co-locate tests next to your components. Can I do that? Components, aliases, components. Can I do that? Nest, put files in folder instead in subfolder. Can I do that? Okay, honestly, it is what it is. If we're going to use this library, we're going to figure it out later. That's fine. So then we can, do they have a cart component? Please have a cart component. They have a cart component. Right, so then let's also get a cart component. I'm just gonna copy this. Get a cart component. Install the dependencies, correct. And then once we have, so we have two UI components, I'm gonna kill this cart component that we had before. That's gonna throw an error in our code. That's going to be in the weather data card. So weather data card. Instead of card from this, we're just going to import card from here. And can I actually, are they already pre-built with, ooh, okay, great. So great, okay, this card header might be a little bit too complex. Let's look at progress first. Let's just look at progress. Even this progress component is a little bit more than what you would want, but it's fine. It is what it is. Essentially, it creates a constant progress, right? It exports this component, and then it allows you to pass in some props, which are the props of any component, including class name and the value, right? Fair enough. And then it merges the class names that you provide, the Tailwind class names, it merges those with the class names that are come pre-built from this library. And if I open here Cn, which is the lib/utils that they created, it's essentially a function, Cn, for class name, right? That will take in your classes and then we'll just do a Tailwind merge. This is what we were talking about in the previous live stream, which is Tailwind merge. Is a utility function that is going to merge your classes and make sure that you don't have conflicts. Because if you're styling your component right, with these default classes, and then you allow the caller of that component to provide their own classes, you might have conflicts, right? Because the classes that they may provide may conflict with the classes here. And so in Tailwind, there's a specific order to things. And then if you use this TW merge, which comes from Tailwind merge, which if you go to NPM and look at it, it's Tailwind merge, right? Okay, on GitHub. Utility function to efficiently merge Tailwind CSS classes without style conflicts. This takes care of that. You can see it takes all of this big block of code of classes and it puts them neatly and it makes sure that there are no conflicts. So doing it that way, you can be free to give any class to this and allow the caller to give any class and you will never have conflicts. So this is actually super efficient. I quite like this. Cool. So we have a progress and then we have a card, but I think the card, what if I just do this? How does our app look? Ooh, we haven't run it. Okay. npm run dev. Let's see how our app looks once we run it. Is this, ooh, okay. I like this, but I don't like this. I like that it's white, but I don't like that it's white. But we got a card component. Yo, we got a card component. That is actually phenomenal. I'm super happy that we got a card component. And then you can use here, so now that we saw the progress component, right? Again, it's basically importing the progress from Radix UI. It's enhancing it with its own props and types and just providing you this as a component. Again, this is our code. We are free to modify this whichever way we want, right? Then if you look at this card here, this one is a little bit more complex in the sense that you have card, you have card header, you have card title, card description, card content, card footer, right? You can use these different sections of the card to build your own card. And I'm pretty sure they have an example. There you go. You can look at the code for this, right? So this card right here, they've done card, card header, card content, and then card footer. So what we should do in our weather data card, right, is we should wrap all of this in card content, right? Put all of this in here and then see what we get. Honestly, it's not aligned. Why is this not aligned? Why is this not aligned? Because there's padding top 0. Is that from card header? Is that going to fix it? And then card footer. What is that going to do? Hello? Did we put a height? We put a height on this, right? I think we... Okay, so we don't want a height. We don't want a width. There we go. So now if I remove the card header, if I remove the card footer, ew, no, why? If I remove every class name, why? No, why? What styles does it have? So I have card, right? Card content has padding top 0 because that's how they want you to do it. But if you don't have, so the reason they put padding top 0 is because you're going to have a card header, right? If I put back card header and do here header, right? You have a header and now it looks fine, right? If I open the logs, header has like all of this. Oh, again, I'm like, I'm dealing with like super high resolution, so there is that. So if I zoom back down, okay, still I don't like this. But yeah, card header has all this padding. Then you don't want to have padding below, at the top here of this, right? But if I add card footer, what does that do? That somehow aligns them, because the footer, I get it. I get why it's designed like this. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Again, this is our code, right? So we can actually change this. Instead of 4, instead of 6, we're going to put 4. Instead of top, we're going to remove it, right? Save this. Right? That's fine. It's not going to be aligned. We're going to deal with this later. Then I'm just going to remove this card header, remove this card footer, and that's what we want. That's equal spacing on all sides. That's exactly what we want. I didn't want like their default kind of stylings, which good. That's what we want. Okay. We can get rid of this. We have here our card. That is fantastic. And actually, I'm going to do card for all of these things, right? And then what if I remove the class names? What's going to happen? So does the card have some card content? Card, rounded. Why is this? So div class P and then div, because we want everything to be centered, right? That's what we want. So if I put this here, item center, that still doesn't do what we want. We had these center at one point. So does Shadcn have like a layout thing? Like, no, they don't. Like grids and so why is this not centered? Even if I put this, like, why is this? Because this has to go on card content, maybe. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work. Boom, because it has to go on card content, because we nested everything one layer deep. That's why it has to go on card content. Done. So card is just the general wrapper. Card content is the styles for the actual thing that goes inside of card. So that is great. Why is one hair like falling out? It's what you would call a paid actor. That's an expression that you say when something's like obvious. Cool. Anyone have any questions on things going on? Is anyone still watching? On TikTok, we're at 4, 3, 4, 5, depending. On YouTube, I'm not even sure how much we are. I can't see. Can I see? 5 watching. Oh, I can see 5 watching now. Beautiful. So we're at like 8 people. Wonderful. There's people that care about what I do. Great. Okay, so we have this. We have card. Now we're going to want to do, we said we wanted to do card for everything. First of all, I'm sorry, but this bothers me. This weather data should be weather card. No. Should it be? Guys, vote in the comments. The 8 of you watching or so. Should this be weather data card or weather card? We are passing weather data, so it makes sense to maybe have it as weather data card. However, we can do weather card and pass the weather data to the weather card. That also makes a lot of sense. I know what I'm going to do. Instead of weather data card, it's going to be current weather card, because this is the current weather. That makes more sense. Current weather card, and then here we're going to do current weather card, and then current weather card as well. And then we're going to come into our folder, rename this to current weather card, and then we are going to come in here, current weather card. So weather, you're saying, Lala, you're saying weather card. What about current weather card? Right? It's a bit more specific because it's actually the current weather card. Right? I don't know. If you have any other idea, when this goes even open source, to anyone watching in the future, whatever, this might already be open source. Feel free to go and make a pull request if you have a better suggestion. If it is better, then I will gladly do it. So current weather card, that's fine. Then we wanted to close this. We wanted to go to hourly forecast and then wrap all of this in a card, right? And then create a card content again. Take this div, put this inside, then do basically take this, and then is this not imported? This is not imported. Boom. What happens now? Beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. I mean, it's crap, but it's beautiful. Maybe dumb question, but why are the components in the folder with the same name? Ah, sure. Yeah. Purely semantics, preferences, right? I go here and that's, I'll tell you why. It's it's not a dumb question at all. So thank you for asking, but I'll tell you why. There is a specific reason. And the reason is that very often in VS Code, what I do is I go Command P, because I'm on Mac, and then I'll search for a page. I'll search for current weather card. It is much easier for me to look at this value right here than if it was for us to go pages. Let's say I was looking for the home page, I would have this, right? I'm looking for pages. Let's say that I had some specific page nested, right? I'm looking for pages, but I see index. If every file is index, when I do find something, every file, this is going to be full of index. And it's a lot more difficult for my eyes to find the file that I'm looking for if I have to look at the path here. The path is in a smaller font, it's bigger, and it's confusing. Because I'm usually in the habit of looking at index, at the file name. So if I put like this, I see it immediately, even if there's 10,000 other files that show up, right? In terms of the actual imports of the code, it does make them longer slightly, right? If we didn't do that, we would have had this. Honestly, is that really that big of a difference? We could just as easily create a folder inside of page components, for example, called index, and then export all of the page components that way. And then you would just do import from page components, and then you could still have the file name there. That's fine as well. We might actually do that, but that's purely the reason why. I was never a big fan of index. Could it have worked to have it set up without the components inside of their folder? Absolutely. You can put all of the components like here, right? Everything is under a UI component, a folder, right? You have card, you have progress. Anything else that we add is going to go here the same way. It's not going to have a folder. That will work. You would import this just the same, just like we did here. We imported card and card content from component/UI/card, right? That works just as well. And that's fine. And we might actually, here's the thing that I don't like about this. I really don't like the fact that these are lowercase. So I'm going to do card and then update the imports. And then I'm going to do progress because it doesn't fit with the rest of our app structure. And generally you want to be consistent because you want to avoid a situation where someone comes in and they are looking to work with your application and they do not know if they create a new component, they don't know what type case should I type it at. All of those were lowercase. So do I have to put this lowercase as well? All of those were uppercase. Do I have to do that as well? This saves the time. If it's consistent, then you know, it's fine. It works. So again, you can do it whichever way you want, right? There's no hard-coded rule. It will work both ways. The idea is, what are you most comfortable working with? And if you're within a team, what is the team and the project most comfortable with, and what is most beneficial to the project? In my apps, I like to do it this way, but again, you can do it whichever way you want. Cool. So now we have card here, and this is the hourly forecast, which is great. That's what we wanted. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to do another card for the daily forecast. Again, do the same thing. Card from Shadcn, card content, import, put this div here, put it here, and then do that, boom. How does it look? Oh my God, guys, this makes such a big difference, honestly. Like, it really does make a difference, to be very honest with you. What I want to do is, why is this background white? I want to turn it back to like a dark color because it's a bit hard on the eyes, because dark mode FTW. So body, background color, HLS var background. Oh, that's the like CSS variables that Shadcn was talking about. So let's see. Let's look at our globals.css. Oh, background is this dark. How do I layer base? How do I apply dark? Shadcn, how do you apply dark? Dark mode. No, I don't want this. I just want like theme provider. I don't want to do a theme provider. I just theme provider class default theme system enable theme add mode. Oh no. Dark mode should be automatic using CSS variables. That's exactly what I want. Did I mess it up by using CSS variables? I didn't want to do that. I found this as well. For example, on the card component, it's light only by default. Adding BG background and text background to a parent div fixes it. Nope, that's not what I want. Well, that's not what I want either. Oh my God, I just want use CSS variables to simplify creating dark theme and maybe other themes. Oh no. Right, so we have this usage. This is not even merged. Card component not respecting dark mode. No component is respecting dark mode. Oh, is this a problem with, okay, there's a fix. It's merged. Is there like some documentation? Theming. You can choose between using CSS variables or TSS utility classes for theming. I should have done the freaking utility classes, man. No, why did we do the CSS variables? Why did I say this? CSS variables false. I can set this to false, sure. No, I don't want to do this. How do I do this? Like, I get it, right? It's light and dark, whatever. Give me the defaults. I don't even care. How do I make this dark mode? Create a theme provider, wrap your... Okay, we create a theme provider. Sure, let's say we do that. Then we have theme provider. default theme system, enable system. Okay, sure. Add emote to toggle. Okay. Use theme. And then set theme. But there is literally no place in the code where we are using this theme. There's no place in the code where we are using the theme. Bruh. I don't get it. Why is it light theme? It was dark theme before. My whole computer is dark theme. You can see the status bar here. Everything is dark theme. Why is this light? Okay, honestly, let's just do what they say. Dark mode, components, theme provider. Let's straight up do this. Why not? Components, new file. Why theme slash provider? I don't agree with this. I'm sorry. Fair enough. We'll do this for now. Next themes. Do I have to install next themes? No, that's not what I want. I don't want to do this. I don't want to like install a whole library just to get. I don't. I just want this to be dark mode. HTML set dark color. The default next styling used media queries for the dark mode, by the way. You are right. It did. It did. Oh, but we lost that code because Shadcn like killed it. Oh man. Next.js default boiler starting out. Let's see, like, can we get like the actual an app? Let's look at the code. So we have globals, right? So we have all of these variables here. And then we have dark. Ooh, can we just literally, can we come into app? No, document. Can we just do this? No. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Oh, that is a gold moment. That is a gold moment. There, that's exactly what I wanted. Nothing less, nothing more. You just add one property here and you get dark mode. And the reason this worked is because I looked at the CSS and I saw that this is the root, right? So these are the default variables. And then we have here a dot dark, which told me that this is a class called dark, which means that if we applied dark to the body, then everything would follow and be dark. And I was correct. So boom, we got it. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. So this, man, this is looking to be like, if you properly zoom in, like this is looking to be like a phenomenal weather app. I am super pumped. Cool. So we have this. Let's use the progress bar because that's why this whole thing started, right? So let's finally, on the daily forecast, yes, the daily forecast, I want there to be a progress bar here between, just like the weather app. Oh, there should be low, right, on the right, on the left, and then high on the right, progress bar in between, icon in between there, and then today. Ooh, so we're gonna have to do some cool things with with the dates. I'm super excited. We're gonna have to do some cool things with the dates. So we're gonna do that in the stream. I'm so pumped. Let's go. Cool. So what do we want to do? we want to add a bar, right? So we're going to have the, how does it look currently? So we're working with this section right here, right? This kind of section at the bottom. So we have the image I want to do today. So I'm not going to do that. Between the image and the max, I'm going to create a div. This div is going to hold the container of the min, progress, and max. That's what it's going to be. So in here, we're going to put another div for the min, and that's going to be format temperature, forecast.min, temperature. That's one thing. Then we're going to do div for the progress, and then we're going to do div format temperature, forecast.max temperature. We're going to come and delete this, save this. What do we get? Good. That's what we want because we didn't style this div. So let's style the container div. So we'll do class name, flex row, right? There we go. And then in here, we want to get the progress from Shadcn. So we're going to do progress. We already have installed it. We do. Oh, fantastic. Progress from components, UI progress. Value. Ooh, this is going to be great. So we're going to create here now. So we need to get basically the value of the progress bar, which actually, wow, how did they do this? Because it's not the value of like dividing the high by the low. It's the value, like it's highlighted from the low to the high, but not fully. You see here on like Friday, right? Basically what we have is we have like a little gap here between the start of the progress bar and the actual colored progress bar. I'm not sure what that means, to be very honest. But you know what, just to keep it simple, let's just do like a simple kind of progress for now. So we're going to do here const temperature progress equals, and that's just simply going to be forecast, daily forecast dot. Oh my. We need a function for this. We need a function to get the, do we need a function to get the, honestly, we can do it here inside of this map. That's fine. Const progress equals forecast dot max minus divided by 2. We're going to do like the average, I guess, of both, just to have a value there. Let's see what that gives us. Oh no. That gives us nothing. Why? Okay. Is it there is the question. It is there. Max volume what? What's the value? Intermediate data max. How do you use this progress component? Value 33. What's our number? That's going to be on 100. I guess. Nope. What if I do something? What if I do something? I do class name. H, I don't know, 2. Is that how you do it? No, not height. W. Ooh. What is it? 48? Okay, let's first align things. Align center. That's not what I want. Maybe justify center. Abel, bro, you're late. You're 1 hour and a half late, dude. Where were you, man? Where is Discord? Where are my mods? I was doing this entire stream Without you guys, where are you, man? Come on. What's the Discord like? Discord. Nobody reacted to this. This is so sad. This is so sad. Just joined live. Had some car troubles. Oh fuck. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope that everything is okay. So sad, man. That's fine. That is like the humble beginnings. I like the humble beginnings because in the future we are going to, I plan to take this whole like Cosmin thing that I'm doing, this whole React thing, I plan to take it like to the moon. Let's just keep it at that. Great to see you, Abel. Great to see you, man. So you missed a lot of things, unfortunately, and we even talked about you at one point, but yeah. I don't remember what we said, but we said something. Sean M, loving this. Thank you so much, brother. Much respect. I'm really glad you're enjoying this, and I'm enjoying this as well. This is phenomenal. I can't wait to like actually put this this app on open source so that you guys can contribute to it, because that's gonna be like super cool. So I'm down. So progress has a width of 48, right? Laughing my ass off. Sorry, I'm not active in Discord. Dude, that's fine. At least you're here, right? You're here on the live stream. You're active here, so that's fine. Try W square brackets 60%. Interesting. W square bracket 60%. Nope. But why? Did my VS Code just crash? Because I think I pressed... Oh no, my VS Code just crashed. No. Where is it? What was I working with? Aha, I got it. Yeah, fair enough. I still have to learn about Tailwind and these things. I would ideally, honestly, like to give it my own width, like a hard-coded width, right? Like, and I think the way I've seen this done in Tailwind is that you give it, like you have to configure that width under a certain variable or name or whatever. But I just really want to go like 73 pixels. Like I would love to do that, you know, because that's like, sometimes you need a specific width, right? But if there's another way to do that, then whatever. But anyways, so we have, what, did my VS Code close again? Why? Bruh, I'm clicking the wrong button. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, why is this like this? Okay, 48. npm run dev. There we go. npm run dev. I think the command tab to like alt tab is very close to command Q, and command Q quits the application. So yeah, there you go. All right, let us refresh. Let us reload. So I don't want with 48. That's a bit too much. Let's do, I think 40 was one, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do 40 for now. It is what it is. We're also going to add some padding on the side, some margin on the side. So we'll do margin X4. Boom. Oh, this is looking great. Only thing is this is not aligned. This is not like center aligned, right? So this is a div. This is a div, this is a div. Do I have to align each div inside? I don't want to do, do I have to align each div like class name, flex row, justify center, align center? What? Is justify center a class in Tailwind? Am I like justify content? Justify center. It is a class. Justify center. It is a class. Okay. So this is my problem, right? I think that the progress bar is the one that's not aligned. So okay, let's forget this. Right? Progress bar. flex row, justify center. Bruh. Then it's align center. Bruh. Okay, you know what? I don't like this. Why is this difficult? I feel like there should be like an easy way to do this, right? Like, why is this so difficult? If I do class name, flex, no. Yeah, flex align center. What? Why is it so difficult to justify align center? Bruh. Okay, let's look. Let's like do some proper like investigation. So we have this div that has a height of 40. If I do here display flex and then justify content center, nothing happens. Align items center. Align item center works now. Since when? So I literally did that. Flex align center. Is it because of the row thing? Am I not doing like align center? Am I not literally, is it not applying the class? Why? Oh, we have the same issue, man. We have the same issue, which is Tailwind does not know. Oh no, it does. It knows to look in the components and anything else in between. What's this? It knows to look in the components and anything else in between, right? We are in components. UI. No, we're not. We're in page component. Why did this get overridden? Oh my God, this got overridden by Shadcn. Oh my God. Imagine you're building an app, right? In production. And you want to use a library, Shadcn, and you want to like add it to your app and you're using Next.js. It will come in here and completely change your Tailwind config.js. And not tell you about it, right? If you look at the documentation of Shadcn, installation. Create a project, run the CLI, configure components.json, app structure. Here's how I structure my app. I place the UI, the rest of the components, the lib folder, the styles folder. That's it. You can now start adding components to your project. FYI, we completely changed your Tailwind config. But we're not telling you. Bruh. So the reason they changed the Tailwind conf, oh my God. So if this was like a project that was like, I mean, if this was a big project, you would know about this from like the PR. Like you would raise a PR and like based off of that PR, you would then see the changes and you would catch this. But we're not yet on GitHub. So there's none of that happening, right? But the thing is, we had page components like this. We had this before, right? And so our classes are not getting applied in this daily forecast because it is under page components. And page components is no longer in our Tailwind config because of Shadcn. That is unfortunate. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this page components because I realized in between the last live and this one that it actually makes more sense to move everything from page components into the components folder and have our UI primitive components be inside of the UI folder. And then every other component that is like a rich component, that is our page components, would go at the root level of components. I think this makes sense. I just also released a video. I did not release the video. I have a video that I'm going to release very soon, probably tomorrow, on this, on the folder structure in React, and I talk about exactly this. So let's move all of these. Honestly, let's do it like this for now. Let's move them out of the folder, update the imports, kill this folder because we don't need it. Let's do daily forecast, move this over to components, move it, update, kill the folder. Hourly forecast, move it, update the imports, kill the folder. And then navbar components, move, update, kill the entire folder. Like I said, valuable lesson here. It is always okay to change things as you go along. It is always okay to do things in a way that is not necessarily perfect when you're developing, because it speeds time, and to go and then update this later on actually is not that big of a deal. Like, we just moved everything over now and it's fine. So that's a little lesson. So now our components folder has a UI folder for all of the UI components that for now exclusively come from Shadcn. And then we have the components folder at the root, all of our other components, our bigger components, reusable components that are made up of the smaller UI primitives in this folder. That is the structure that we're going to go with for now. Now with 75 pixels should work now. Do you think? So let's save this. Let's kill this. Let's actually see, does our app still work with all of these updates that we've done? Chrome. It doesn't work. Current weather card, failed to read source from, oh my God, what's wrong? Okay, navbar. Where's navbar? It's in app from components / navbar. Bro. There we go. Okay, our app works. Great. So back to our initial problem. Align center still doesn't work, man. Because we need flex. We need flex for it to work. Okay, cool. So let's go back to daily forecast. We can close hourly forecast. What's wrong with this? Capital P. That's fine. Okay. Then we need flex here. And I think this should work. No, it shouldn't. What about... We already had flex. Flex row. But you guys saw me like literally do it. Like if I go in the styles of this div and I just add align items center, it aligns them to the center. But there is no align center class. Why is there no align center class? Like I don't get it. We have flex. We have flex row. Oh my God. Item center. Oh my, I'm gonna freaking tailwind, man. It's item center. It's so like, why not align? Like legit, why not align center? Why, like, here you have justify center, justify start, justify between, justify around. That's what you expect, right? The class is actually like justify content center, justify content space between, and so on. But when you go to align, is it because of like align content and align items? Is that why they made this decision? Could be. Oh my God, you waste so much time like learning something new that like, ugh. Anyways, we got it. Okay, great. Then what I want to do is I want to also add some spacing between this icon here. So we'll do, where's the icon? the image, class name, margin right, let's put 2. No, let's put 4. That seems like what we want. And then between each row, we want to put here margin bottom 4, no 2. Ooh. Ah, shit. Okay. Margin bottom 2. Except if it's the last class, so then we need index. And then const is last is going to be equal to yes. I love Copilot. I love Copilot. And then what's cn? We had this lib utils. It takes, oh, so it wraps CLSX. Okay, so then what we can do, look at this. cn import, do this an object, do this, sorry, as the key. That's going to be equal to true. Oh, and then comma. What we want to do is we want to do margin bottom 2, only true if is last, is not last. And then here we're going to remove this one. There you go. So let me just pause here and kind of understand what we're doing. So essentially this cn function, if I go to this definition, we've seen this when we've installed Shadcn. It's a function that they added themselves. It takes in an array of inputs, which is essentially this big kind of type. Don't worry about it. It can either be a type, it can either be, sorry, an array of classes, right? It can be a string, it can be an array, it can be an object that takes in a key, which is the classes, and then true or false if it should apply those classes or not, right? This one, it comes from CLSX, which is a library. If I go here and check, it's a library that you can just essentially, right? You can say, okay, I want foo to be there. I want, if it's true, to have bar, to have bas. I can give an object, I can give multiple objects, I can give an array and then objects in the array. I can do anything I want. It's a great tool for having conditional classes. Instead of doing this manually, like going into the string and doing string interpolation, we can easily do this, right? So that cn function simply wraps the CLSX function that we've just seen and then applies Tailwind merge to it again to not have any conflicts with Tailwind classes. That's what it does. So using this, we can just say, okay, we want flex row, item center, padding horizontal 2 to be true. But we want margin bottom to only be true if it's not the last item. The last item is obviously index of daily forecast of length. So if I do this now and I go to our app, it's very small, but if I put the, let's say instead of MB2, we'll put MB, is it 12? Yeah, 12. You see, this has a padding. If I go on the developer tools, this has, where is it? Has margin bottom 12, margin bottom 12, margin bottom 12, no margin bottom 12. Because we don't want, right, if I put this to true, right, we don't want this to have this, all of this like weird bottom padding at the bottom. It doesn't look nice, right? It's just not a nice design. So we put is last and then we have this working as we want. And then we can go back to margin bottom 2. There we go. So we have something that looks like relatively a weather app. And this actually looks quite cool. I have to be honest. This looks like better than I thought for like something that we're not even trying to like make beautiful yet, right? Like the designs are going to come eventually, but for now, like this is what it is. Now with 75 pixels, all right, we can set the width. Can we? Let's test your theory. So width, square brackets, 75 pixels. Wow, this actually worked. Wow, Tailwind is great, man. Wow, Tailwind is actually great. So you can just do this. Wow, okay. Okay, so let's do that then. So 75 is a bit, I mean, it's small. So we're gonna do 150. That seems fair enough. Except I would maybe want to like kind of have these be aligned, like have them all be the same width. Maybe not. Maybe for now we can just do it this way. But I want to actually get like the progress, right? Like, is there a progress value here that I'm missing? So div area value max 100, value minimum 0, data max 100, class this, intermediate this, style trans yes. This doesn't work. There's no like actual value that we gave it. What if we go to our code, and what if we console log progress? Right, it's the actual console here. Oh my, what have I done? What have I done, guys? Oh man, am I embarrassing myself with math right now? Okay, forecast.max, bro, that's not what I want. Oh no, okay, so I don't want to do like max temperature minus the forecast min temperature divided by 2 times 100. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do forecast max temperature, parenthesis, close this. So the progress is going to be the max temperature minus the min temperature in a parenthesis. So evaluate that first, right? Mathematics 101, evaluate that first. Then divide by 2 times 100, right? Are my math skills really that bad? Are my math skills really that bad? So this is doing the average. Oh my God, it's not, bro. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is so stupid. It's not minus. I'm not trying to do the average and multiply the average. I'm trying to do the ratio. So it's division. So forget this. It's forecast dot min temperature divided by forecast dot max temperature times 100. Boom. Boom. That's what you want. Math. Math, 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 math. So this is actually not what I want. Because like visually, like you're opening this weather app, right, to like check out the weather. What does this tell you? This tells you that like the ratio between 30 and 21 is this. It's a visual representation of the ratio between these high and low temperatures. So that's obviously not what we want. We want something like this app right here. But see, again, I don't understand. Can I zoom this? Yeah, okay, it's big enough. See, I don't understand what this here means. Like, what are the bounds of the weather? Like, what are the bounds here? And what does 81 mean? So I think this is like 80. This would be the value of 81, right? This would be the value of 56. So the weather will be between 56 and 81, just like you have it here at the top today, right? You have 55 and 85, and then you have like right now where it's at within those bounds. That makes sense, right? But what are these bounds? Like, what are these bounds? Is it the maximum temperature of... Let me check my weather app. Like, can I like figure something out? Oh, I think it's actually that. I think what they do is they take the maximum value of that 10-day forecast, put that as the maximum here, and then do the same with the minimum. And then each day, the maximum is either going to be that maximum because that is the warmest day or the coldest day, or it's going to be somewhere in between with the bounds. I think that's what they're doing. Anyway, what font family is that? Dude, how do I check? Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. That's the font family. Menlo, Monaco, Courier, New, Monospace. I don't think that I changed this. I think this was by default, or at the very least by the actual, what do you call it? By the actual theme that I'm using in VS Code. That might be it. So there you go. Mind blown. My mind is blown too, man. Temperature lows for the day and highs for the day, and then the current, the temp. Yeah, but it's within the bounds of the highest of that forecast. So let's do that. Wait. Before we do that, I would be very disappointed if you cannot do this because I'm not down. Oh no. Wait, what props? API reference, please. Value, max. There's no min. This progress component does not have like a two-way kind of progress. You only give it the value and it starts from the start and it ends at the end. But I want to give it like I want to give it like a max and a min, and then an array of two values, the high value and the low value. And based off of that, do this. Can I easily, oh man. So see, you want to use a library, right? You want to use the shiny new thing, the shiny new toy. But if you're building a business and this business depends on the code that you write, and your shiny new toy does not have the functionality that you need, what do? You have to build it. You have to create an issue on the repository and ask for it. Open a PR, right? If you're lucky, it might get merged. Yeah. So at least we have the code ourselves, right? And we can work within this code to maybe do that. But then again, how easy it is and how worth it is it to actually do that. So what they're doing here is they're using the style transform, right? And this, I think, is the last thing we're going to try to figure out on the stream. Just because if we do figure out how, then we would like, yeah, it's like a pretty intense thing. I'm not 100% sure if we will figure it out. I'm not 100% sure like what's the best way to do. Do they have like they have tabs? That's not what I want. Are their tabs animated? Not really. They have a switch. They have a skeleton. They have a this is close, but it's not what I want. Even if like I wanted to use a slider, what if I wanted to have two values in my slider? tough luck, right? Does Radix UI have progress with double values, right? It doesn't. It does not. This is so sad, man. So we have to build it ourselves. Okay, let's at least just look. I feel like these styling frameworks and they end up taking more time than doing it yourself. I absolutely agree. Depends though. It depends. We might end up dropping this whole thing if it doesn't suit us, right? Like if we can't get it to easily. The reason why I liked Shadcn is because it gave you kind of the freedom to have your own code, right? And that's like valuable to have your own code. You can do it, you can change it, you can do whatever you want with it. That's really valuable. Which is what enables us now to come in here and like do this, right? But then we're dependent on Radix UI. And if Radix UI does not have something that we want, then what do? We build it ourselves, right? Cool. So let's build, okay, let's try to build it ourselves. So this is using transform. So it's translating X, my God. So minus 100 minus value, right? So again, math. Right, so let's say our value is 50. It's going to translate by minus 50%. Yeah, that's what you want to do. However, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to translate the value, right? We want to maybe, what if I just remove this? What happens? Yes, everything is now 100%. That's fine. What if I then do, instead of this, style? That's really not what I want. Class name. I'm going to come in here and do, again, cn object, what we had before, right? True. So height full, width full. No, not width full, my friend. And then what happens here? If I do this, I guess it's fine. What if I do false? Yeah, okay, that works. True. That works. Great. Kill this. Okay. Now we need to do the width based off the value. Right? Yeah. So actually, yeah, let's do it here for now. Width value square brackets, but this didn't work last time. No, percent. True. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. What did I do? What did I do? Can I not do like backticks? Really, you can. No, that doesn't work. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's undo everything that we've done. Oh my God. You try to undo something and then everything breaks. Why? Okay. So width is not going to be full. So that's going to be curly braces, and then width is not going to be full. It's instead going to be square brackets, and then the width is going to be value. Ooh, no. But I actually want to round the value, so math.round value. Oh no. Or is value on the... I don't agree with this. I don't agree. Why is value can be undefined? I don't agree with this at all. So React element ref, that's a ref. Component props without ref. Type of What is this? Why is value undefined? I don't want this. If you create a progress, you need to give a value or another value. Lala, you're right. I can do that. You are absolutely right. Thank you. So I can do that. Class name. Let's undo this. Equals, and that's going to be cn, right? And then did we lose our classes? No, we didn't. Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, forget this width stuff. Let's kill it. Yes. This, that, true. And then, yes, you're absolutely right. Value, math, dot round, value, dash, no, percent, kill this, true. And then I'm just gonna come in here and honestly, max should be optional. Yeah. Max should be 100. No, we're not gonna hard code this, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is instead of type of, I wanna do pick, no, yeah, no, omit type of root, value, and value number. That's not correct. Why is this not correct? So omit type of progress primitive.root value and value number, because I want to override the type of value. Does not satisfy the content. Okay, let's do it one step at a time. So it won't even let me to. Let's do this. Type progress props, React component props without ref, type of this. And then this is just going to be, actually, can I do omit here? Can I do omit here? Omit, open this, put this, value. No, what? Bro. I don't like this, man. Rate business React. What is the language? It's TypeScript, but we're using React. We're using the React framework to build something. Man, I don't like this. Like, just let me omit. Like, what's the problem? Just let me omit. Can you not omit like type of? Is that a thing? So like, omit, no, omit this whole thing, value. Okay, that works. And value number, that works. Okay. So then what we're going to do is progress props. Now we no longer have an error with our value. There we go. There we go. So at least we did that. But now width is not working. That is the problem. The width is not working. Why is the width not working? Because we said width 70%, right? That's what we want. But this width is not working. Hmm. Tailwind width in percentage. No, there's no like width in percentage here. And I don't want to have to do this, right? That's not my goal. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. That's not what I'm trying to achieve. You can use yes. Is default in Tailwind version 3, and these values are called arbitrary values. That's exactly what I have, is it not? With tuck. Square brackets. Ooh, square brackets. No, it's not. No, it is not. No, it is not. If I look here at the styles, no, it is not. What's the goal here? What are you doing? I'm building a React application with React and Next.js. It's a weather app, obviously. As you can see, it's a beautiful weather app. The goal for this is to, first of all, learn Next.js, Tailwind, all of that while working with React. I know that's valuable to a lot of you. I know a lot of you in the Discord and online and everything, you're looking for that type of stuff. Also, I usually work with React Native quite a lot. So I haven't worked that much with Next.js. So I'm, wanting to learn more about that. So I'm doing this as well. And eventually this app is going to be open source and you are going to be able to contribute if you're learning React, if you're passionate about the weather app. It's a great resource to learn. And that's mainly why I'm doing it, to help people learn React. So that's the goal. What's the best, TypeScript or JavaScript? 100% TypeScript. I'm biased, but like 100% TypeScript. As you've seen, like we've had to deal with components and like props and that, and like TypeScript was really helpful. Sometimes it can be a pain, right? Like we had to do this like dirty thing here, which I don't like. I also don't like how we have to do like all of this. I'm not the biggest fan of this, to be very honest. Like this is not that user friendly. I would rather have a component that just like does the same thing but is homemade, I guess, if you will. But yeah, that's kind of the goal, what we're trying to do. All right, so I really want to figure this out, but Tailwind. So it has here with 52%, but that's not correct, right? This guy on Stack Overflow says with 110%. That's what we have. What's GIT? JavaScript in Tailwind, I guess. Arbitrary values. If you need to use a one-off width value that doesn't make sense to include in your theme, use square brackets to generate the property on the fly using any arbitrary value. That is exactly what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing. It works for pixels, but it doesn't work for percentages. Bruh, if I do a control find for a percentage, there's no percentage on this page. My God, why is there no percentage page? Like, I didn't see that in the docs. It was right below where there literally is no percent on the docs. There literally is no percent. Now there is. Okay, obviously no, not here. It's the arbitrary. Oh my God, forget it. Am I using Tailwind 3 package.json tailwind CSS? It's 3.3.2. I should have this like out of the box. Like, why do I not? Is it? It is correct. You can put any arbitrary value. What if I just do, sorry, false, and then I just do literally, not even, oh shit, no, with 50%, true. What? What? With 50% works? 51%. 51% works? What am I doing wrong? W slash with over 100% gives the same vibe as those nested diffs from the other video. Yes. Yes, it does, man. Yes, it really does. What about setting width 100 pixels on the bar and then setting 70%? Yeah, I could do that, but I don't want to hard code this. I want this to be automatic based on the component. That's kind of my goal. But yeah, that would be like another way to do it. But in this case, I'm not down. Yo, okay, let me console log. Oh my God, I also hate this. Like, bro, I want to console log something. Give me square brackets. Don't give me like parentheses, square brackets. You can put the parentheses here. Console log math.round value. What does this give us? What does this give us? Is it? No, it's not. It's a value. Okay, we have 52. Let's hard code 52. Does that work? That works. That doesn't work. What? Oh, no, it does. Okay, yeah, 52. Bro, what? What? What is going on, guys? This is with 67%. Obviously, there's no class for it. This is with 52%. That is a class. I think it's because Tailwind can do math in the class, so it can't output the correct CSS. But it... No, I don't know. That's not it. You can... The values are getting passed properly, right? Like I go here to this... Which one is this one? This one, right? 67%. Right? It got the class, the math correctly. But there's no class for it. It got here. Where is it? Man, there's so many classes. I'm so lost. It got here. Is it this? It got here 67%, but there's no class for it. Is it because if I put 67, do you guys see this? Like, do you see it? It's not the math that is the problem. It's not that the problem, man. I put with 67. And if I don't put it, it still get... Is there a difference between like literally the numbers or... Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is JavaScript that's figuring it out, but Tailwind is not able to do that math. Oh no. So Tailwind, I think, goes by regex. It scans your files, and based off of those, it outputs and it creates all of the CSS classes that are found in the files. And so if you're doing math, that's not going to be there. So that's the problem. So we actually can do that. Wow, what a bummer. So we literally can do that. So what's our alternative? The alternative is that we want to man, I was so counting on that. I was so counting on that. Let's first think about this quickly. So let's just do 50% hard coded for now. That's fine. Right, we have this, that's fine. Then I just want to see if my initial theory like works. So with 50%, margin X auto. Yeah, so something like this, right? That was kind of my goal. And then obviously rounded full. So we'll just do here. Yeah, so something like this is what I was going for. But then we have to do, that's a huge flaw in Tailwind. Is it? Do you consider this a flaw? I mean, it's, yeah, it might be a downside, it might be a flaw, fair enough. But at the same time, I don't think it was, maybe it was not intended or designed for it to work this way, right? So maybe there's that. Okay, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stop the stream here because it's been like 2 hours and a half, man, and it's like heavy. We're gonna continue this next time. I'm quite happy with the UI progress that we have so far. Next time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure this out, right? Then I think we're gonna add the API, actually get some real data, touch this up a bit more, and then I think after that, I'm gonna set this whole thing up for open source. I think that's the plan. So yeah, we're gonna stop here. Man, this was intense, but at least our app is actually now looking like an actual app. Considering every other UI framework supports some type of interpolation, yes. That's a fair point, right? That's actually a fair point. Is interpolation like something that you usually do in a UI thing? It is, right? I've done it in quite a bit of apps. Yeah, it is. Solid stream, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Lala, you were here for the whole time, man. Much respect. Much respect. So yeah, I'm gonna do these streams now every Thursday, because Friday is a bit of a commitment to, like, for both me and you watching, right? Like, to spend your Friday evening, or depending on the time zone wherever you are, to spend that like watching someone code. And even for me, like coding on my Friday night, like I do that often, but like still, that's kind of nerdy. So yeah, next stream is gonna be next Thursday, same time, 8 p.m. GMT +1, so like Europe time. UK time, that's 7 p.m. Eastern American coast, that's 2 p.m. Pacific coast is 11 a.m. Asia and whatnot is like deeper in time. So yeah, cool. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. It's been super fun. It's been great, and thank you for being here, for commenting. Much respect. And I will see you guys in the next stream if you're only here for the streams, or I will see you in a video. I have a new video coming out tomorrow, which is on the folder structures of React. So I'm super pumped about that. And yeah, if you're on the Discord, shout out, you know, we're on the Discord. It's great. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Awesome stream, and looking forward to the next one. Ciao, ciao, guys.